Hello everybody, welcome back to the Archives. My name is Tima, also known as the Master Archivist, and we're here for Skeleton Crew, Episode 3. This is a Master Archivist analysis. We're kind of going to go over the plot and also just cool little tidbits that I like throughout the episode. Some of the writing, some of the scenes. We're going to try to do favorite scenes and favorite characters. It's going to be one of the bits we'll be doing through this. So let's kind of get into it. So Episode 3 is Skeleton Crew. I gotta say, one of the best things about this has been actually the musical score. We had Michael Giacchino using a theremin in it. Such a great callback to old sci-fi B-reel films. In terms of, I guess, the theming of each episode, of course keeps the very pirate theming and aesthetic through all the episodes, but occasionally they just switch it up. We're going to talk about that later on as well through the other episodes. Episode 5 being another. I guess episodes 3, 4, and 5 really have their own particular theme. I find it really impressive. I enjoy it a lot, but I digress. The theremin used throughout this show is amazing. I know I referenced episode 2. They had, using that Dutch angle to show this new world. The use of theremin throughout this episode I really enjoyed for the fact that it made it feel like something was off. This mysticism to it, but at the same time it's this tenseness to it. You don't really know what to expect, but I digress. Let's talk about the episode. The adults of Van Atten now have come together to basically talk about how their kids are missing since Wim's dad has gone and told them that they've taken off beyond the barrier, and it gives me more of this 1984 Big Brother vibe to it, and the fact that of course, the administrator is going to look into this, but no time, no date, and complete disbelief that the children could possibly even do anything like that. And as these episodes roll on, you start to learn a little bit more about this mysticism surrounding Van Atten. You really start to put together something is being hidden from these parents, or realistically, they probably never had to question it. These are the rules. They mentioned in, I think, the first episode that it was generations have lived in Van Atten. They're not the first settlers there, so it's this really long generational run of not even having to question anything, I imagine. So I feel like a lot of these things being posed now, I feel like it's going to go either the parents are in on it, or they're going to learn, maybe everything's not chalked up as supposed to be. We also see now Jod and the Skeleton Crew, as I'll refer to them, the kids, are now escaping their prison, and give me a lot of callbacks with Jod. You'll see over the next few episodes. Of course, I mentioned how Jod could get out, maybe he's using magnets or what it may be, but regardless, we know nothing of him. We learned that he was Captain Silvo, so that was pretty cool, but now we also learn he's gone by other aliases, leading also to more distrust from the children. Specifically KB. No trust for Jod, and I like I don't know if it's going to make my favorite scene, but I like where KB's just I can't trust you, and he's just oh, well, you can't trust everything that you see with your eyes. Use the Force just to turn off the light, and that's all he does. He just pulls out the Force, just all these little moments. I know it's episode 5, he used the Force to lift the data pad to Wim. Very cool. If you check out on Twitch too, I've gone through these episodes already. As of recording, episode 7 is out right now, so we're going to try to catch up on all these. But to continue there, the children are actually able to escape back to their ship. Leading, they're going to leave without SM-33. Jod has no care for this droid. And the kids are you have to get him. So Jod goes back. Great cameo from Benjar Prenick, voiced by the wonderful Alfred Molina. You may know him from Boogie Nights, perhaps, or, maybe lesser films like Spider-Man 2, or... no, I'm kidding. Wonderful Alfred Molina, or Indiana Jones, Actually does appear, I guess, in the new Indiana Jones game, technically. So, really cool, that's a little thing I was reading online. I was like, oh, all right, Alfred Molina. That's a really weird... that's cool. That's a weird cameo, too, just, of all the people, I guess I didn't expect him, but he has a past Lucasfilm, so I guess it makes sense. Jod ends up actually gets taken into court with Brutus, ends up getting out, makes his way with the kids to escape the pirates, and yet again, go to gruesome scenes with the pirates. All these ships are tethered together. They make that jump to light speed, and literally, the wires, you can see it on the platform. A guy gets cut in half by a wire, which is crazy, realistic, but crazy. Surprisingly, for a lot of stuff, the pirates, it's actually where it ends here. Jod ends up taking the kids to a person named Kimmy, not spelled the way you would expect it to, KH''YMM. She's definitely one of my favorite additions to the lore. Basically, Owl Archivist. So another archivist in Star Wars. Phenomenal. Yeah, she basically has a collection of star maps, hyperspace routes, but more importantly, she has a big drop in the lore here. Turns out AT-AT is one of 7 Jewels of the Old Republic. It's these, I guess we're still learning more about the lore to it, but AT-AT is the last remaining one, which is a Old Republic mint. So essentially, unlimited treasure, which I get the whole concept now of the planet of eternal treasure that they brought up in the last episode. Yeah, apparently, and you know, the thing is too, is the more we learn about AT-AT, the more the mystery it is, and there's so much that in these next couple episodes they're going to keep giving us, but the mystery only continues, and I love that so far, because you see with Fern, she has her jacket, which uses Palmarish numerals. I'm not sure if that was used before the Old Republic. I'm not too familiar on the numerals off. Yeah, so Kimmy ends up calling the New Republic patrols to basically take in Crimson Jack, or, you know, Jod as we know him, going through the many aliases of this character. Calls him the New Republic, and I really enjoyed too the cybernetics with KB. You know, taps into the Onyx Cinder's PA system to call for the support of the New Republic X-Wings, leading to a deal being struck that Jod is now working for the children. In return, he'll get a ample bounty once they return to AT-AT, which kind of continues the mystery here. That's pretty much just for this episode now. I mean, there's so much more that'll come out in the next few episodes, and I guess here I'll put in favorite characters and favorite scenes. Favorite characters gotta be Kimmy. Definitely, I think, great addition to the lore. I think just very interesting. Just to another unknown species. So I don't know if it'll probably pan out into probably one of the expanded books or one of the upcoming shows or movies. They'll probably expand upon her species. Very interesting. I mean, definitely a owl character. Yeah, but you know, nice. Got a little archive in the middle of nowhere on a moon. You know what I mean? Like, very nice place. Yeah, the mystery of AT-AT still continues here. I mean, it's hidden. It's hidden from people. It's this Old Republic mint, and I genuinely am so excited to figure out why this is. Why it was created, why is it here, why is it the only one remaining? Because going to episode 4, we're going to see one of the other planets that never actually made it that far. If I have to, you know, put my hat in the ring here, I would say maybe it's an experiment thing, you know? Because that's the vibes I get from AT-AT. The administration, the great work, the very clean utopia. You know, I mentioned that in one of the last episodes I made, where I just thought it was very odd for them, of course, to have a pristine city in terms of, like, just Star Wars. Like, everything's rather dirty. Naboo is very nice. That's some of the few I can really think of that ever feel perfect, you know? Yeah, I don't know. AT-AT just has this Big Brother vibe to it, you know? There's definitely more to it than what we're getting, and I think at this point, both the characters, you know, the parents and the children are starting to pick up on that. So I'm interested to see how that kind of pans out for the characters later into the story. But I think that does it for this episode. So thank you for tuning in to another Master Archives analysis. I am your host, Tima. And until next time, you can follow me on Twitch and YouTube. Thank you, and may the Force be with you.